Is this the perfect motorcycle? Today I'm with the Honda SCL500 scrambler style motorcycle from Honda. It's got a larger front tire on it. It has increased suspension travel on it. It has the old school twin shocks in the back. It's got a lot of retro vibes to it. This is a press bike from Honda, so I can't make any mods to it. Well, not that I know of anyways, because I got to send it back to Honda. But I'm falling more in love with this motorcycle, but my opinions are starting to change on motorcycles since I've had this bike. So we're going to throw a leg over the Honda SCL500 with the green tank. Maybe I should take a picture from this angle because it is quite pretty. What about that? What about that right there? You know, this bike comes in around, I think just under $7,000 if I remember correctly. 500-ish cc parallel twin engine. Around 40 horsepower, a little bit more, maybe 43, something like that. Ooh, little dragonflies are liking it. It's got a good torque. I mean, it's a parallel twin, so it's going to have good torque here. It has a 180 firing order, so 180 crank here. Most nowadays are the 270 crank, which feels more like a V-twin. Honda has that sort of technology, just hasn't brought it into this style of motorcycle. You see that in the, I think it's in the Hornet, the CB750 and other markets, which we haven't got that engine in anything other than the Transalp, if I remember correctly. All right, and I haven't ridden that bike. So lots of nostalgic flair here. I really want to change the pipe on here. I think it would make this parallel twin sound a little bit better. And we are in first, so let's go ahead and put it in neutral. Let's fire it up. Well, let's put the start switch on. Some people will say it sounds a little bit like a lawnmower. I think it sounds all right, despite it having a stock pipe on here. This is also, like I said, set up to be a scrambler style, so it can do some off-road. Watch my off-road video on it. I quite enjoyed off-roading it. It's more capable than I thought it was going to be, so that was pretty cool. Leaving the boat ramp with the SCL500. So today's topic is going to be, is this the perfect motorcycle? And you might be saying, Kirk, that is an absolutely silly question because there is no such thing. And I agree with that. However, what's the perfect motorcycle for you? And your personality is going to change. This SCL500 is such a well-rounded bike. It's you know, the more well-rounded things are, you could say, well, maybe they're a little bit boring. But when we're talking about motorcycle, there is no boring motorcycle. Every motorcycle, let me see if I need to fix this camera. Every motorcycle is inherently fun. Regardless of how fast it is or how small or big. I don't know what she was taking a picture of in the Fiat there. Don't think it was the Tacoma in the background, but it's possible. It's a nice looking 4Runner right there. I always see some nice cars at this intersection. I haven't ridden this bike in probably 3 months or 4 months. It could be longer. Probably cancel my turn signal and maybe clear off the ventilation in my helmet because it's going to make the microphone sound funny. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy I'm moving again because even though fall is in full effect here in Florida and it's beautiful weather, if you're just sitting still on a motorcycle, you're starting to pour sweat everywhere on your body, even though the humidity is significantly less than it was earlier this year, or should I say compared to summertime. So if you guys don't know, my first bike that I bought, when at least on this channel, was the Honda Grom. I still have it. I love that bike. Am I going to keep it forever? I don't know. Probably not. And I'm not going to trade it in for anything other than a mini moto. And I absolutely love the Honda Monkey. I still am obsessed with it. The reason I got the Grom over the Monkey is because I found one used in my area and it was just a great deal. It was like $3,500 out the door for a model that had 300 miles on it, and it had a tail tidy on it already, so it was a no-brainer buy. the Monkey is a bike that I would have rather bought at the time. There's just I couldn't rationalize spending about $5,500 to $6,000 out the door with dealer installation fees, that stuff. But why do I want the Honda Monkey, or why do I want that bike, that Minimoto, over the Grom? Well, as I'm starting to learn with this idea that there is no perfect motorcycle, you have to find what's perfect for you. And for me, the Honda Monkey ticks the aesthetic and the cute box that a Minimoto should have. The Grom is like, it's almost like a middle schooler that's dressing tough and trying to like put on a cool haircut to look like a bigger bike, and it's still undersized and underpowered. It's still fun as hell. It's very juvenile in every sense of the word, where the Monkey is just like, it's just adorable top to bottom, and it doesn't take itself too seriously like the Grom kind of does. All right, it's just, there's something about the round headlight, which this bike has a similar round headlight, that classic design that the Monkey has, that just melts my heart. For me, Minimoto wise, the Honda Monkey is like the perfect motorcycle for Minimoto. But when we start talking about like a bike, one bike to do it all, is there such a thing? Well, this SCL comes close. Just look how easy those manual downshifts are. Like, there's no technology on here. It's just, I think there might be a slipper clutch. There's no quick shifter. There are no riding modes. It's just a basic motorcycle, but it's done so well and so well refined here that it's just like hard to argue that this isn't the perfect motorcycle. We'll talk about its downfall here in a little bit, because if you have one motorcycle, you need it to like have it pucker your a little bit for, you know, if you only have one motorcycle, if it's the perfect motorcycle. Now, a lot of people subscribe to the N+1 for the perfect number of motorcycles, which means the more the better, essentially. Depending on your mood, you're going to want to ride a different bike. Depending on the week, I'm looking at different bikes. Am I going to buy every single kind of bike? No, I don't have the space or the money for it quite yet. That's the dream, though. Okay, well, the Monkey I want for a Minimoto, and I want the new DRZ with the fuel injection for my dual sport. And then for the Scrambler style, which is kind of like this, the retro style bike, maybe I want a Royal Enfield or a Triumph. All right, but this one's pretty cool. It's priced really, really nicely, but it doesn't look anywhere as good as the Royal Enfield bikes. The Royal Enfield Interceptor 650, which has a very similar engine to this. It's a little bit bigger CC, it's 650. It's got the 270 crank, but it just looks gorgeous. But the downfall of this bike, that's all she has. And it doesn't have a tachometer. It's still fast. I mean, it'll do probably 0 to 60 in about 5 seconds, I would say. Which is, I mean, it's faster than just about any car on the road. You might be saying, Kirk, you know, EVs do 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. Yeah, but it's like you get there so fast and there's no fun to be had along the way. All right, now this is taking my retro style bike, I guess, craving right now, the SCL500. Luckily I have it from Honda, but all I want to do is modify it. I want to put a pipe on it. I want to hear what this engine really sounds like. The torque's really good on it though. You just pin the throttle and fifth and look at this, like crazy good torque. And that's what twins are great for. Watch my review of the GSX-8R. That thing just had mountains of torque. Not quite as much as my MT-09, but I like the GSX-8R over my MT-09 that I had. And they cost actually about the same. The MT-09 is definitely a faster bike, but it wasn't as comfortable as the GSX-8R. Yeah. So anyways, watch my MT-09 videos. A lot of people roast me on that because it's the perfect bike for them. It was nowhere close to being the perfect bike for me. All right, you guys know I traded that in for a ZX4RR. Not a perfect bike, but for my like sport bike needs, it's absolutely perfect for me. I love that it's not too. Here we go. You to shit your pants fast. I love that it sounds like a 1000cc inline 4. I love that it has all the cool tech on it. It looks incredible. I mean, that bike is honestly the perfect sport bike for me. I don't want to get rid of it for any other sport bike. Not even close. There's nothing out there that even tempts me a little bit. All right, nothing like how the Monkey tempts me away from my Grom. Think about that every day. A Honda Monkey. It's silly. Oh man, I wish I had an exhaust so you guys could actually hear what this bike sounds like. Here's one of the few turns in Florida, but then you're immediately reminded that you're in a 35. Oh, there's some bikes there. Look at those awesome Harleys. Oh, that was sick. That was sick. See, that's the thing. I also love that. I love every motorcycle style and class and I guess you could say vibe. Like, I love how just boss Harleys look, or you could say cruisers. I mean, Harley is the stereotypical cruiser. Oh man, like, I think even the Honda Shadow looks good. The Honda Shadow looks amazing. And there's nothing, it's a small cruiser. It's only got like, what, 850cc. The thing's bulletproof, indestructible. And then, you know, Yamaha has their cruisers, Suzuki has its cruisers, etc. And it's just like, cruisers are badass as well. And they have mountains of torque, which is perfect for city riding. And so, like, I want to have a cruiser one day too. It's just kind of lower on my list right now. I think I'd probably gravitate towards like a dual sport before a cruiser. And I'd gravitate towards a classic styled motorcycle like a Triumph, for example, over even a dual sport right now. Okay, the monkey would tick that box just a little bit, but the monkey is my perfect mini moto. And gosh, it's only a matter of time before I get one. I just, you know, I gotta shake the craving right now because I don't need to be buying another motorcycle. All right, well, maybe I do. What's up, brother? He was on a cool, like, laid back cruiser. I have no idea what it was, but it sounded good. And that's the thing. You want a motorcycle that's going to sound good. Okay, there's a cop right there. Oh gosh, is he going to really pull me over for that? I hope not. These are like California plates. Let's just go down here. I've never been down here, and that's the great thing about motorcycles. You can really just like cruise around and find new spots have you never seen before, which is super cool. Something I'd much rather do on a mini moto. Like, there's no outlet here, but I want to see where this goes. Okay, looks like we have construction here from maybe Milton or something. You know, they put their beach lights on. That's the thing, like those lights that they put on, they weren't like blue and reds that you see from cops. It was like green and red. So maybe those are like something specific to beach lights. I don't know. I've never seen those lights before on a vehicle. So, and this is the thing, like, it doesn't matter what your motorcycle is. You can explore and do this on any motorcycle. It's just so much fun. Take you to places you never knew existed. Sea Grape. It's a cute name for a little tiny street. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a private driveway. I almost wanted to go over there and take a picture. And I could probably take a picture there of this bike. That's the thing. I love finding photo opportunities to pull this thing aside, pull any motorcycle aside and get a picture, because it's just so cool. You see so much sand here. That's from Hurricane Milton. Essentially, the beach got pushed up by the feet high and then hundreds of feet backwards. So this road was all under sand. You can see just the piles of sand everywhere. If you're wondering where I'm at, I'm on my way to, I'm kind of in Bonita Beach right now. I'm on my way to like Lover's Key area in Southwest Florida. It's just a beautiful ride. And I can make this on the Grom. My brother-in-law made it on my Grom, and I rode this when he was in town. Got the big Hickory Pass. There's so many little bridges here. That's just always a beautiful opportunity to just look out. And that's the best thing about Florida right here, is looking at the water on a bridge and just enjoying life. You know, Florida doesn't have hills or turns, but you gotta like absolutely appreciate what it does have. And that's, it does have its natural beauty. You got to find your natural beauty where you live. And the best way to do that is on a motorcycle, believe it or not. Just be out in the elements, to smell the fresh air, to feel the heat, to feel the motorcycle, the vibes of the motorcycle, the character of it. What's the perfect motorcycle? Well, you can have lots of perfect motorcycles. It's got to fit your needs. There's no such thing as a perfect motorcycle. You know, they could be a perfect motorcycle for sport touring and a perfect motorcycle for general touring, like a freaking Goldwing. Can you imagine? Like, if I got a Goldwing on the channel, I would have to take it to the Keys. Like, that's my dream, is to take a fat cruiser down to the Keys, or any motorcycle down to the Keys. It would just be badass on like something like a Goldwing. Pack up the luggage, put the wife on the back, get a babysitter for a few days, and head down to the Keys, and a cruiser would be amazing. By the way, these mirrors are insanely good. They look like the same mirrors that come off a Grom. But how they're positioned, I can see so well out of these mirrors. A little slingshot. That's kind of cool. Again, look at this. Look at that. We'll look at the other side. Everyone's they got their party boats out. They're at the beach over there. This is absolutely beautiful. And it's most appreciated on a motorcycle or on a boat. I mean, obviously a boat would be better on the water, but just look at all the cool stuff I'm looking at here. It's just amazing. So the comment section is going to be quite heavy with opinions and stories, and I can't wait to dive into it. I want to know what your perfect bike is, and what your perfect bike for your perfect or your ideal class, your favorite dual sport, your favorite mini, your favorite do-it-all motorcycle, your favorite sport touring, your favorite crotch rocket, all of that. I want to hear it. Your favorite cruiser, your favorite naked, right? For me, my favorite nakeds are going to be what do you call them? Not JDM, but Universal Japanese Motorcycle, ZRX 1200 or 1100. Of course, they don't make that bike anymore, but it's just a beautiful motorcycle that I lusted after for a very, very long time. And there's Lover Key State Park. There we go. And there's all that sand. About 30 feet high of sand, no big deal. Thanks, Hurricane Milton. You know, they'll use that sand to repopulate the beaches when they get eroded, so it doesn't go to waste. It's not going to sit there forever and be an eyesore. You know, you can make so many different comparisons, like motorcycles. Like, I don't own guns, but I'm not opposed to owning guns, and I could definitely like see like your mini moto, you know, fixation being like, you know, your conceal and carry weapon, right? You got to have your perfect conceal and carry, your perfect deer hunting rifle, your perfect shotgun. Motorcycles are like that too, right? You have a different motorcycle for different purposes, just like you have a different gun or a different knife for different purposes. You know, that's a beautiful Bronco right there. I love the yellow, the bus. I'm going this way. I don't know what the hell's over here. Private road. Construction vehicles prohibited. Well, I'm not a construction vehicle. Look at this. Oh, it's chained off. That part's chained off. Darn. It probably goes to one of these condo buildings. That's a great thing about this this motorcycle. It can do off-road no problem. Let's go through here though. I really don't know what I'm doing. I don't have a purpose. But maybe I'll look at that. You can just get right into the water there. I'm not going into the water with the bike. But maybe I'll get a nice photo op here with the water in the back. I think that's pretty with the kind of the mangroves going on. Just don't want the light posts. You know, the light posts ruin everything. Vertical things in the background of your picture, like true vertical, like a light post. Oh, let's get the light post out of there. Oh, then you have the big tree. The building in the background's kind of ugly, but I still think it's pretty. Maybe we'll take a selfie. My shadow's in the way. There's a car coming, so I don't want to get hit. We're gonna take off, so I don't want to die. Crotchety people are saying, what are you doing in my private road? I pay HOA fees so people like you stay out. And that's all good and dandy. But I like the Solara. I like the Solara convertible. It's pretty. I feel like if you have a classically styled motorcycle, you're going to be appreciated a little bit more. You're not going to be judged on as hard. If you have a crotch rocket like my ZX4RR, you get a lot of looks, good and bad. Okay, they're not using a blinker. You get a lot of looks, good and bad. There's no tachometer here, so I have no idea where the revs are. You just, you're gonna have to get used to it. And also, if I knew the bike a little bit better, I've only put maybe 100, 200 miles on this bike since owning it. Not very many. Just driving it mainly in town. But you'll learn where each gear tops out in terms of speed. And so you can kind of gear it that way. And then, what are they on? They're on a Grom. 2 people on a Grom. That's why so many people like the Grom over the Monkey, because you could fit 2 people on it. No way. Like, I'm 200 pounds and the Grom can't handle me. Not saying that the engine can't. The engine could probably hold 2 people as long as they're maybe 150 pounds each, and get it up to about 50, 55 miles an hour tops if you have a long enough straightaway. But the suspension and the brakes cannot handle 2 up on a Grom. But yeah, a lot of people pick that over the Monkey because you can do 2 up with it. I'm not putting my kids on the back of a Grom. They're too young and my wife would kill me. My wife would never want to be 2 up on a Grom. She would want to feel more safe on something like a big ass Tour or like a Goldwing, something like that. I don't know how much longer I'm going to have this SCL500. Honda wants to replace it with something else, so I'll have another bike here on the channel from Honda. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I want it to be one of 2 bikes. The Transalp, I mentioned the Transalp at the beginning of this video, or the new CBR 650R that's been refreshed with the E-clutch. I would love to test that out. It's so unique, and it's new technology, and that's a bike that is priced similar to my ZX4RR, and it competes-ish, right? It has a lot more power. I made a video. If you want to see me compare that bike to my ZX4RR, go ahead and do that. But the brakes here are pretty good, even though it's a single-sided rotor. But if you guys want to see any other videos on the SCL500, like a specific topic, let me know, because I would love to cover this bike a little bit more. It's just an absolute pleasure. This bike is, I know I've tried to kill this video multiple times, but oh man, that beach looks nice. Those mangrove beaches are so cute. You find lots of crabs on them. Yeah, this bike I could see this bike being the perfect bike for someone. Has all the power you would want for around town. I would never want to take this for long stints on the interstate. It could probably do 100, 110, I would say. But it's a naked bike. There's no protection. Like even here at 50 miles an hour, I'm starting to feel it. I'd want to replace this seat. My butt's already numb after about a half an hour on this bike. This bike is so well rounded. It's got to be a perfect bike for someone. And let me know what your perfect bike is per class. And have a great day. Ride safe out there. Drive safe. And let me know if you do or do not ride. And if you don't ride, let me know if you're interested in riding. It's a dying passion in America. It's a dying obsession. And I'm hoping I can have just the smallest of impacts in getting more people out on 2 wheels, because it is so much fun. It is dangerous, but so is never taking a risk in life either. So I'll catch you guys. Thank you for watching. Peace out. The Bentley convertible's holding everybody up. Oh, blame it on the Bentley. That's the thing. They're in their perfect car. And right now, at this point in time, I'm in my perfect motorcycle. I'm so happy right now just riding. That's the thing. Once you're out on the road, pretty much forget about everything. and enjoy the experience. Two wheels, it's hard to beat.